So good morning everyone, and welcome back over here to the Universal parking garage, because I'm actually heading over to Universal Orlando today. Haven't been in some time with you guys. I've come a few times with some friends to take some photos at Hogwarts and all that stuff, but I thought I'd come on over today because I wanted to check out some things going on. I wanted to see the park a little bit, see how busy it is, because yesterday was MLK Day, so today should be a little less. Also, just want to look around and see if there's anything update-wise. Go over look at the VelociCoaster and everything else. So just stick around. It should be a great day here at Universal. Walking into City Walk, just kind of walking down, and, a lot of the crowd's probably heading to Islands because Islands of Adventure didn't open until 10, and it just opened up just a few minutes ago. But I did want to take a look at this little building off to the side right here. So you can see that they have this building right here. This used to be the fossil store. It used to also be connected to the like weird little like shrink shop and like stuff like that. It used to be, and it used to be connected to the Billabong shop behind us. But not quite sure, no announcement officially. A lot of people keep saying it's probably gonna be another Universal store, which honestly would make sense because it's right on the corner. But then would that mean they moved the Universal store that's across the way here to this shop? So I don't know. But this is kind of a lot of construction going on with this thing because it goes all the way down and around. So a lot of people think it is the Universal shop because they are really expanding. Like when I say expanding, like they've really like taken this whole shop and gone all the way down to the edge of the building right here. So kind of the things going on at City Walk. Not a lot going on at City Walk, but mostly just this right now. Always makes me laugh. I have to come over this little bridge right here. Just everyone stopping and taking pictures right here. The one thing though that people still don't seem to quite understand that I've noticed, the major thing I've noticed the most about is that when people are taking pictures, people try to take their mask off. But there's no one out here from Universal like trying to control that at all. But I mean, that's also kind of on Universal, but I mean, it's not the end of the world because it's not quite in the parks yet, but it's still something they should be trying to keep an eye on because they do know people come over here and take photos all the time. So just as a quick reminder that Universal has gone back to scanning your finger at the touch points, or at the turnstiles, because they only do touch points here, these turnstiles. So make sure that they also do wipe it after everyone touches it, so they have a little rag that has some cleaner on it that disinfects it so that after every person they wipe it down. But as for me, I always carry a little bit of hand sanitizer with me, and I always hand sanitize a lot, and if I have time, I'll go find a bathroom to quickly and safely wash my hands. As you come on in, it looks like that Minion Mayhem is posting the longest wait right now at 75 minutes. This usually is my go-to like idea of how busy it's possibly going to be today, just based on this wait. But also, like, don't be deterred by the longer line, because remember, 6 feet distance between everyone, so the line looks longer. And also, they're not loading every seat in the theater, so that's going to cause the wait to be a little bit higher than normal. So that's just part of the whole process of all the social distancing and staying extra safe. I do like that Universal did add these little tables with some umbrellas and stuff out to this front area. It really helps out, like expand some eating sections where people can sit, eat, take a break, stuff like that, drink anything they might have, especially if they're waiting on anyone doing Rip Ride Rocket. So that's always kind of a nice thing to see, that they're trying to do something to help out with that. And of course, the normal hashtag's up somewhere, hanging around where Jimmy Fallon Race Through New York is, up by the Tonight Shop, hanging above the restrooms. So the next major event that'll happen here at Universal, and I'm pretty sure they're doing it, is Mardi Gras. I'm not sure how much of it they're going to be doing. I don't know about the parade. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with that quite yet. But I'm not 100% sure. I probably need to really check before I tell you guys anymore, because if they do, Mardi Gras is the next thing to show up. But I'm not sure what the ruling on that's been yet. So I did just look it up, and yes, they are having it this year, but it doesn't start until February 6th this year. And it runs through March 28th. And again, it is still included in your park pass. But it doesn't say anything about the parade right now, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the things Universal's trying to figure out what the plan is for the parade as of right now. But they do talk about all the foods and stuff they will be offering this year for everything. So yeah, I'm kind of glad. I was kind of hoping, because then they also will be bringing back the Trippy store, which is actually just right back there where the Trippy store was for Halloween Horror Nights, well, the Halloween Horror Nights this year, and the same thing that was for the Christmas time. So it's a good sign. It means that like something will be coming back, at least with Mardi Gras, because Mardi Gras is one of the better things that they have to offer here. But it's probably gonna be in a lower amounts, kind of like how the Christmas season was as well.
If you are curious, Fast and Furious Supercharged is reopened right now, which, you know, for me, I was kind of not that upset when they had to close it down due to try to save some money and stuff, but yeah, it's reopened. It's not a very good ride for what it could have been, honestly. I'm gonna take a quick stop into Diagon Alley to go look around and just look at everything, see how busy it is in there. Because like I said, it is the day after Martin Luther King Day, one of the last big holidays before you get to spring break time frame. But I still also don't know what spring break's gonna look like for the parks this year because, one, we didn't have spring break last year, so. But get ahead in here, just check it out, see what the wait time is also for Escape from Gringotts. I honestly love this view walking in, where you got the Dragon's very end on Gringotts Bay, top on Escape from Gringotts. I love all the ambient noise. Got Ollivander's over here. Oh, is it about to breathe fire? Yep. Well, I will say it is interesting. Escape from Gringotts is only a 10-minute wait. Now I wonder if they've gone back to loading every row. Not like every seat, but at least every row. So that's kind of the thing to see, and also it may just also be the benefit of it being a lower, slower day, being the day after Martin Luther King Day. So I think the longest line in Diagon Alley for anything, this is the line to go into Ollivander's right here. So Ollivander's were an area where you can go in and get chosen for a wand and stuff like that. And it's your wand. But the line stretches all the way down and around, down to Globus Mundi, which is the like travel agency area over here. This is the end of the line right here. So that's if you really want your wand, you really have to wait for it today. I do love just the general theming of Diagon Alley because I do love the hopping pot, which is the area right here, and I don't know if they still do it or not, but this is where they normally would sell the hot butter beer. So if you have any, so like me personally, the hot butter beer is the best butter beer. This is the place you want to get it, is right here. But I do love that they have the aisle post, and this is like a machinery wizard shop with one of the guards, like the guards from Gringotts. But what's pretty cool is during the most time, right here, you can actually buy letter stuff and stamps and actually send letters off from Diagon Alley and actually be postmarked from Diagon Alley. So it's one of the cool little things that you don't know about and people don't ever get to see because people don't know about it because it's just usually right here. But unfortunately the shop is closed due to the whole pandemic and everything. But if you stand here, actually watch some of the owls move their heads around a little bit. I'm also just a huge fan of owls, and I like owls a lot. This also is the best view of one of the best views here, at least Universal, on the Universal side of it, is looking over the water right here. Looking across, you can see Transformers, you can see Rip Ride Rocket. You can actually see Dr. Doom's in the background as well. You got the Simpsons area, which I personally think is one of the areas that should be gone, purely because of the fact that the Back to the Future ride I've heard so much about, which sounded so stinking cool. But then you also have Men in Black right here in the back, the cool dark ride shooter game. So, because the thing about it is there wasn't a whole lot new coming on over here. I just wanted to come over to see just some general wait times, walk around to Universal for just a little bit. Because I mostly just like walking around the parks just to see what's going on, and also just the idea of just being back in the, like saying I could be in a park during what's considered a major global pandemic. It's always interesting to say. So that's just what I was looking for here. My thing was going over to Islands to check out the VelociCoaster, maybe catch if it's running. I would really hope if it was, try to catch it today. One of the things that a lot of people tend to kind of overlook, just because it is over in this like little kiddie area, is so right past the SpongeBob SquarePants store, is you go right past also where the Dippin' Dots, that like airliner right there, that's the Dippin' Dots. Right down there is the last remaining opening day attraction here at Universal Studios in E.T.'s Adventure. And it's a very cool, it's a very classic dark ride, and I love the aesthetic and the feel of it. I'm probably not gonna really ride anything today, because today I just wanted to walk around and look at stuff, but E.T.'s Adventure is probably one of my favorite rides here at Universal, purely because it's a very classic, one of those dark rides, but I love the theming and the aspect and just the uniqueness of the attraction itself from other attractions you see around Universal. But again, this is the last remaining opening day attraction, and man, I've always said this before, that I would love to see in Universal back when it first opened with like Josh, Confrontation, all the other little rides that they had to offer, because the Jaws ride sounds incredible. But I think it was one of those rides that was ahead of its time, and it also kind of cost a lot of money, and it was just very maintenance problematic for the time. But you can't see when Universal has a problematic attraction, if they continuously keep putting the money and time into it, sooner or later it will work itself out, aka Hagrid. So I've always said that before, that I wish I could see it in like Universal back in the days, but I'll take what I can get with ET at least. Well, what I should have done, I should have gone over to Islands first and then come over here to go over to the UAP lounge, because I do forget they do have a new button and a new magnet. For some reason I've not been that up on the magnets and the buttons this year. I don't know why, just maybe one of those things that I've just not been super big about. I'm just happy to be back in the parks. I think that's my biggest thing. So maybe some point starting February I'll start going back and getting the magnets and the buttons and everything. But I will tell you, something that I didn't think I would like, this Born Spectacular show is actually a lot of stinking fun. It definitely works for it. It definitely messes with your like perception and messes with your mind a little bit. But overall, it's just also a very fun attraction. Like, I really do like it a lot. It's a cool show. It's a big theater. It has a lot of cool moments. Plus, it's really cool because all the actors wear masks, and it kind of works with the show a little bit. So I would really recommend coming out and doing the Born Spectacular if you're out here. Stopped into the Universal store, but this is the stuff that I love a lot. So this Universal like Studios like pennant. It's so cool because you have Jaws, E.T., Confrontation, Frankenstein. Oh, I forgot about Earthquake. Earthquake, which is the area where Fast and Furious is. Then you have this like as a bumper sticker. Cool koozie. A button set. It's a cool keychain. So these are really cool. I like these a lot. I like the car coasters because these things you put down into your cars. But then also have it like in this. So this is one of those mugs that you can get and actually get it like activated throughout the day. Oh, and then Back to the Future ride, I forgot about that. So there's a lot of retro attractions that I never got to try out, and I really wish I had. So I will say one of the very nice benefits of Universal Orlando right now with the two theme parks is that they are right next to each other, and right now security and temperature screening is in one spot. So once you're into City Walk and everything, you can go between the two parks, so you don't have to go through security again or go through temperature screening. And so it makes it a lot easier for them, so they can put more of that like help up there to help with people coming in, and they can keep this area kind of clear of all that. Because if they had a temperature screen and security check again, it would cause like areas to get very crowded, and that's not something you want right now with the whole COVID-19 stuff. Alright, so now we are over here to Islands of Adventure. We're gonna head on in. As the sign always states, and I love the sign, the adventure begins. And I want to see what Hagrid's looks like wait time wise and other things as well, just see what's going on. Also, see if we can see anything with VelociCoaster. I really hope they're running a train or two, because I really would like to see that. I'm not holding my breath though, because it sounds like they've been doing a lot of the work later in the day / when the park closes. I really do think that the port of entry, the main like walkway going into Islands of Adventure, is very much underrated. It is very much got a cool story, because the whole point is that you're coming from all your adventures through all the different ports and everything, because when you head out here, you go to Marvel, you have Toon Lagoon, you have Jurassic World / park, you have Sue's Landing, and you have the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So it's like the port of entry, which is your port into everything going on. So this area right here, so I'm in the U-Rest area, so I can take my mask off if I would like to. I really don't really take my mask off when I'm in the parks anymore, unless I'm eating and stuff. But it's such a cool view because you get the Incredible Hulk coaster, you get Ship Olive over there. Then the big thing is the VelociCoaster right ahead of us. So the giant top hat, after it makes a huge launch forward, it goes across in front of the Discovery Center, this is going to be a picturesque point. Then you go over into a vertical stall, or a stall, where you hit these hard helixes, which the reason it's double spine is because it's going to be putting a lot of forces and G's on it before you come over this little bunny hill, before you do the 0G roll over the water. But I can tell you right now, look at all the foliage that's being done. Look at all that green work been done so far. You can see they're still working over there. Some netting's going up, so it's always a good sign. I did see someone walking out of the tunnel, so it looks like they're not testing it right this minute. So, but I mean, that looks like it's gonna be the whole waiting area is right in there. So that's gonna be an amazing view of it all. Like, I am so excited. And the way they're running and like testing, they say summer, but I wonder if they're aiming for like a June, like early June opening. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Maybe they'll have some previews and stuff for pass members, because if they do, that would be the best thing they can do. I will say, Universal is really starting to find its identity and exactly what they're trying to like bring forth. Because you have Islands of Adventure, which has the incredible VelociCoaster, one of the best rides. You have Dr. Dunes with the drop tower. Now you're building this new VelociCoaster after you just opened up Hagrid's being a multi-launch coaster. You're really starting to identify yourself as being a thrill ride, like thrill theme rides. Because Hagrid's is one of the best themed attraction or coasters I've ever been on. But I swear to God, the VelociCoaster looks just as good. So I'm gonna keep on walking through Marvel, through Toon Lagoon, see if I can get down pretty low down to the area to see some of the work being done on the coaster. I do love coming up into the Toon Lagoon area. The Toon Lagoon is actually kind of surprisingly a really fun little land. Now, Toon Lagoon also though is home to 2 of the 3 water rides here, because they have Popeye and Bluto's Build Rad barges, and they have Dudley Do Ride's ride, which is Dudley Do Ride you get drenched on. So if you don't want to get drenched on a cooler day like today, I wouldn't go on it. I think during the summertime I do want to come back with Kayla, try to ride some of the water rides here, because I still haven't done all the water rides yet. So I haven't done Popeye and Bluto's Build Rad barges, and I haven't done Dudley Do Rides, I think. I may have done it a long time ago when I came in 2013, but I can't remember. And we want to get an up-close view of the VelociCoaster here at Universal. The easiest way to get down to look at it, like down by the water, if you come down past Popeye and Bluto's Build Rad barges, and you come down to the Olive, or to Me Ship Olive, there's a little these walkways that go all the way around the ride. Now, if you come up to being shipped the Olive, which is actually closed still right now due to the coronavirus stuff, so that's something to be mindful that this is still not open, just because it is a play area and it's a lot of things you touch, so trying to avoid that. But if you head down this way to the lagoon viewing where it says no outlet, follow this little bridge right over where they go. And interesting fact, Universal does allow you to take your mask off on the water rides, so that they don't get completely soaked and they're not wearing a wet mask all day. So it's kind of not something interesting to see. Disney still makes you wear them on all the water rides, but Universal doesn't. So come all the way down here and you get a pretty good view of the coaster. Well, that's a little rude. They blocked off my good view. So you see they put these little things so you can't get all the way down there to look. Oh well, I mean, you still get a pretty good view. Like when it's open, you're gonna be able to stand right here and watch it go over this top hat at full speed and go into this back half of the section, which is very high speed, high tense, high thrills, and you get a pretty good view of it coming through that zero G roll over the water. So it's gonna be such a cool attraction when it opens. And I do like the fact that Universal is really working on making sure they do all the testing and stuff, so maybe they don't have the same issue they had with Hagrid's where it breaks down every day for hours on end. Alright, so heading into the Skull Island / Jurassic Park area. Gonna walk through this way. I want to see what Skull Island is posting, because for some reason Skull Island posts a very high wait time, and it's really not that great of an attraction. This is about better theming, and at least it's somewhat more ride-like than Fast and Furious. I'm still not like the biggest fan. I feel like they could have done so much more with it than what they actually did with it. Because I mean, they very much tried to make it almost like how the studio's tram tour is out at Hollywood, but in a theme park ride, and it doesn't really work as well as you would hope it would. But yeah, this is only a 10-minute wait, which is about the most I would wait for this one, honestly. So it looks like Jurassic Park River Adventure is down for its yearly maintenance. So this goes down about every year. One, because it being a water ride, it takes a little more time and maintenance to keep it up to par with everything, but it helps to keep it running very smoothly. Like, it is a very good attraction. Like, when there's still some rumor that they're going to turn this into the Jurassic World edition out at Hollywood Studios. But I hope they don't, because I like having the Jurassic Park element, but then I love having the Jurassic World part of it as well. It kind of keeps it really like well balanced here. Now I will tell you, coming up to this, so the fence here where you can actually watch the ride go by, the little lights are on it and everything. That's really cool. It's like almost a warning light. I like how they have the numbered gates where you can go and watch it, but man, when you walk up to this attraction right here, and you can be able to see the coaster go by like right here, it's gonna look so
so amazing. For what it sounds like is when it runs, it's very quiet. Also, look how close the track looks to that rock work and everything. Oh, this one turned blue. They turned blue now. Interesting. I will say at night this thing's gonna look amazing because they have all the lights and everything on the fencing and everything right here. Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait for this attraction. So my question then becomes, where do you think the entrance to this ride will be? I wonder if it'll be right. I don't think it'll be right here because based on all this foliage. Now I wonder if when you, to enter, you're gonna have to go down and then that way, like around the Discovery Center, or is it gonna be up in here? No clue. It's kind of my new game is like to play, is always figure out where an entrance will be for a new attraction. So, but again, this will be one that will require, more than likely require, metal detectors because it does go upside down and it does go over walkways, and that seems to be the deciding factor about metal detectors. If it goes over walkways or it goes upside down, it will require you to go through a metal detector. So we'll need to put everything away. So it'll be very interesting as you walk across this bridge to Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park's right here. And this bridge leads you into Hogsmeade, into Wizarding World. What's gonna be a really interesting view is when you're eating at Three Broomsticks and it's right there, and the ride's gonna be going right past you at full speed. But I'll say this view right here is pretty cool because you get the new VelociCoaster and you get the Incredible Hulk coaster in the background over there. So pretty cool view, if you ask me. But as you turn around, you get the Hogwarts castle in the background right there. This is honestly one of the best views you can have at any of the Universal parks, really. I also just love walking through Hogsmeade right here. It is so well done, it's so well themed. It just feels like you're walking through the books, honestly. Like, as much as I love saying like through the movies, but the books are really where your imagination comes forward, and it's really just makes it feel like you're in the book itself, or in the movie if you like. But I am gonna come up here because I really want to see what is the wait right now for Hagrid's. Now, when I first got here and the park first opened, it was posting 45. I think if it's anything less, if it's less than 30, I might wait for it. We'll see. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like it doesn't like a lot of people are out here, so take a gander at the wait time. Ooh, saying an hour. Yeah, no, that's a nope for me. Not an hour for me today. I would wait an hour, but just not today. Oh, and then I love having the Hogwarts Express right out here. When the line for Hagrid's isn't super long, I like to be able to come up because you can get right up next to it and take a really cool picture with the Hogwarts Express train. But the fact that it's like pretty much a full-scale steam train, like, it's pretty impressive. Like, so cool. I will tell you, I'm one of those people that does sleep on this land, but the Lost Continent land has not gotten the love that it's deserved in a long time, and it's really unsettling because I feel like it's a very well-themed land. From what everyone says, that Mythos, the restaurant down in here, is really good, and it usually is ranked one of the highest restaurants in a theme park in the world almost every year. So I think at some point when me and Kayla come back together and we have a little more time together, might stop there and try that out, see if all the hype is worth it. So I decided to come on down to my little area that I love to come down to look at this ride because you get such an up-close view. Plus, best view of Islands of Adventure is this little area. It's right behind Mythos. If you go right up to the very edge right here, you can look out over the VelociCoaster, and man, this thing, y'all don't understand the excitement I have for this ride. I mean, it is going to be amazing. It's another one of these Intamin launching coasters, but in fact, it's got the 0G stall with this over-the-water 0G roll, or, you know, Heartline roll. This thing is going to be stinking amazing. If you're wondering where I get that really good view of the VelociCoaster, if you come up to Mythos, so that way it's going towards Hogsmeade. You walk down this little path right here in this little area. Now, they're usually the characters sometimes here. If you walk down this way, you do have to walk through a smoking section, but if you go all the way to the back, you get a pretty stinking good view of the VelociCoaster that way. So if you're interested, or whenever it does open, you want to watch it, that's a really good spot to watch it when it does open. So I think I am going to go ahead and make my way out of the park. Like I said, I wasn't intending to spend a lot of time. Just wanted to see what it looked like so far. Just wanted to walk around the park and show you guys what's going on. And I can tell you, still coming on a Tuesday, no crowds pretty much, which is a lot of, like, it's really nice. Didn't get on a lot of the rides. Hagrid's still posting an hour, but an hour I think would be out the door, especially with the social distancing. So I definitely think it may have been less. Maybe it's just been over posting just in case, because if they don't know if the ride will break down or not. So I might take a quick stop into the souvenir shop or the trading company, see if anything interesting in here. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and call it a day from Universal Orlando Resort. Like I said, not a lot. We didn't really see a whole lot, but we got to walk around, got to see a lot of stuff around the theme parks. So it wasn't a very busy day, except for Hagrid's for some reason, still posting an hour wait, but I wonder if it really was an hour. I don't think it was, honestly, but, I mean, it is also Hagrid, so maybe they had some sort of downtime just a few minutes ago or something, but got to see all the stuff going on with VelociCoaster. I mean, good lord. I wish I'd seen a testing day, but they were doing a lot of work around the track, so I have a feeling they were not going to be running the trains at all today, so I will have to come back another time for that. I'm hoping the next couple of weeks or next month or so we maybe hear something about an opening date for it, but yeah, nothing really else. And then like over at Universal, just very nice to see everything. Lines are short, not very busy. Overall, just a really good, relaxing trip out to Universal Orlando. So with all that being said, if I do head out, I will see y'all next time.